Welcome to Land of the Bible. I'm your host, David Sussman, and today we're coming to you from one of the most spiritually charged and visually stunning places in all of Israel, the Carmel mountain range and the Jezreel Valley. In today's episode, we're going to visit Mount Carmel, home to Israel's largest Druze population, an offshoot of Islam that was born in the 11th century CE. Their main prophet is none other than the father-in-law of Moses, Jethro. The mountain's name, Carmel, means God's vineyard. It's where Elijah stood tall, testing a nation to return to faith. It's a mountain that saw fire descend from heaven and faith be unshaken. Then we'll head down to Har Maggido, one of the most important archaeological sites in the entire world. According to Christian tradition, it's the place where the final battle between good and evil will take place, Armageddon. In Jewish history, it was a royal city of Solomon. Megiddo sits in the crossroads of ancient empires and eternal prophecy. Then we'll descend into the Jezreel Valley, a place of ancient battles and biblical visions. It's where Gideon led his 300 men, and where modern Israel has turned arid land and swamps into incredible, fertile farms. Finally, we'll meet some local farmers and families that are fulfilling biblical prophecy, that are making this area bloom and are connected to the sacredness of this incredible soil. So let's get ready to journey through fire and faith, through prophecy and produce, through ruins and renewal. This is more than a show. This is a connection to the land, to the Bible, to the story that we're all a part of. So let's begin our journey right here on Land of the Bible. Mount Carmel. It's a mountain that runs from Haifa all the way to the Jezreel Valley. As I said before, its name in Hebrew, Carmel, means God's vineyards. Now I know that you know there are a lot of beautiful places here in Israel, but a visit to Mount Carmel will not disappoint. It's not just a mountain that stands tall. This place is bursting with life, with color, with animals. And the nature reserve here offers incredible hiking trails and some of the most beautiful vistas anywhere in Israel. Looking to the west, the Mediterranean Sea stretches endlessly. Its shimmering blues change with the sky, from soft gray in the morning to brilliant sapphire under the midday sun. This is the same sea that the ancient Phoenicians sailed, the same coastline Jonah tried to flee from, and the same horizon that has welcomed pilgrims and prophets for centuries. Looking east, one can see the Jezreel Valley. It looks like a quilt with all the various farms that are located there. You can also see Mount Tabor, where Devorah and Yael defeated the armies of Sisera. It was here on Mount Carmel that one of the greatest biblical narratives takes place, the story of Elijah the prophet. At the time, the nation of Israel was divided. You had the northern 10 tribes of Israel and the southern 2 tribes of Judah. Here in the north, the king was Ahab, who married Jezebel, a Phoenician princess who worshiped the deity Baal. She was driving the people here in the north, the Jewish people, to commit idolatry. Elijah came in order to prove that there was only one true God. He challenged the prophets of Baal. He said, "Come to me here to Mount Carmel, and we will see who the true God is." We'll establish a simple but profound challenge. We'll build 2 altars, and we'll see whose sacrifice is chosen by God. First, the prophets of Baal went. They built an altar, and from morning until afternoon, they prayed, they danced, they shouted. But the answer from heaven never came. Elijah even mocked them. He said, "Shout louder, maybe your gods are asleep." Then it was Elijah's turn. He built an altar out of 12 stones, one for each of the tribes of Israel. He dug a trench all around it, and then he douses the entire altar with water. Not once, not twice, 3 times. He fills the trench with water, making a moat. He calls to the heavens above, and he says, "Please help me show the nation of Israel that you are the one true God." And from the heavens above came fire that consumed not just the offering, but the altar, the stones, the wood, the water in the trench. The people of Israel fell to their knees and they said, "God, you are the true God of Israel." For Jews, Elijah is the prophet of return, the one who will come back before the final redemption. However, for all of us, he represents courage, clarity, and an unwavering stand for God. In a world of divided loyalties, distractions, and noise, Elijah still speaks. He says to us, "How long will you stand wavering between 2 opinions?" In the 12th century CE, Mount Carmel would become sacred to a group of Christians known as the Carmelites. They chose this location to live a life of solitude, to become hermits, living in the caves of Mount Carmel. They looked at Elijah not just as a prophet, but a spiritual role model, one who prayed and also one who took action. Today, as you walk through the paths here on Mount Carmel, you can still hear that heavenly voice that spoke to Elijah in the quiet solitude after the fire and storm. Let's now head to Tel Megiddo to learn about this awesome archaeological excavation.
Imagine walking where Jesus walked, where faith comes to life. Feel the Bible story unfold around you, from the green Galilee to Jerusalem's ancient streets. Experience the serene and welcoming land of the Bible, where miracles happen. Put your heart where His footsteps are. Visit Israel.
Welcome to Tel Megiddo, one of the most important biblical cities in ancient times. Before we get into all that, let's first talk about what a tell is. A tell is a man-made hill rising up, developed over centuries and even millennia of civilizations building on top of one another. Here at Tel Megiddo, they have uncovered 30 layers of civilization, each one distinct from the one prior and the one after. Why did so many different civilizations want to live right here? Then when you walk around this national park, you just see stones stacked upon each other from all of these great civilizations. Well, the story is simple. Tel Megiddo has three things that every ancient civilization requires in order to survive. It has a water source. It is defendable. In other words, it's higher up. From the top of Megiddo, you can see to the north, south, east, west. You can see armies approaching from vast distances. But the most important aspect of Megiddo is that it's situated right in the intersection between two major ancient highways. The Via Maris, which ran along the coastal plains of Israel from Alexandria, the delta of the Nile River, all the way up north and onwards to the northern parts of the Mediterranean Sea. However, right here, if you make a right-hand turn, this valley system takes you to Beit Shean and the King's Highway that will bring you to the Mesopotamian empires. Anyone trading from the Egyptian empires to the Mesopotamian empires will have to pass through Megiddo, which means if you control this important strategic location, you control the taxes, the goods, the armies, and most importantly, the information that is going between these two major political empires of the ancient world. Even though Megiddo was not captured by Joshua in the conquest of the land of Canaan, eventually it would fall into Jewish hands. And Solomon, King Solomon, the son of King David, would make this into a royal city. We are now walking through a beautiful Solomonic gate. 6 chambers here defending the city. Anyone coming in would have to pass through this location. Megiddo has several important layers of civilization, from the Canaanites all the way to the Romans. In fact, the earliest known battle recorded in history was fought right here at Megiddo between the Canaanites and the Egyptians. As we descend from Tel Megiddo and enter into the Jezreel Valley, we're standing in the shade of these beautiful eucalyptus trees, which were used to dry up the swamps that existed here for thousands of years. However, we're not just entering into the Jezreel Valley, we're entering into one of the most important battle sites in history. However, this battle has yet to have been fought. This is the Battle of Armageddon, the final battle between good and evil. The word Armageddon is a bad Greek pronunciation of the Hebrew word Har Maggido, Mount Megiddo. However, the Jezreel Valley isn't just a battle site for empires. This area has been an agricultural hotbed for millennia. It sits right in between the hills of the Galilee and Samaria. All the way to the east, you have Mount Gilboa. However, the agriculture here, it's God's sign that his promise to provide to the nation would be fulfilled. For thousands of years, people have been farming here. In Bible times, it was with plow and oxen. But today, modern Israeli ingenuity has brought farming to a whole new era. Today, when you drive through the Jezreel Valley, you can see wheat bending in the wind. You can see olive trees dotting the hillsides, and you can see vineyards speckled throughout the entire region. Let's go back to Mount Gilboa, all the way to the east of the Jezreel Valley. This is where the final battle that King Saul fought, where he was killed in his battle against the Philistines. The Philistines didn't just stop there though. They took the bones of Saul and strung them up on the walls of Beit Shean. Beit Shean is an incredible archaeological site that's at the end of the Jezreel Valley at another major intersection of ancient highways that connected the Via Maris to the King's Highway all the way up to Mesopotamia. As a result, it's another archaeological site that has layers and layers and layers of civilization, from the Egyptian period all the way through the early Arab period. However, it was in 749 that a great earthquake shook the entire region and Beit Shean fell, and it was never rebuilt until the modern Israeli era. Let's now meet one of the local families here in the Jezreel Valley to learn a little bit about farming in this incredible, fertile region.
So, my name is Lachan Sadeh Piltsevich. I'm living in Moshav Hayogev, in the middle of Jezreel Valley. I'm a mother for 4 kids. I was born in the valley in the next village. My grandfather was born here in the village, in other village. My profession is early childhood pedagogic teacher. I'm 20 years here in the Moshav with my husband Idan. And all my life is here in the farm. It's our life. My family has been here for 4 generations. My kids are the 4th generation. And my husband's grandfathers was born in Tel Aviv in the 20s. And after they got married, one of the family members told them, hey, we need more working hands in Jezreel Valley. We need to cultivate the land. So they came. When the grandparents, also from my side, grandparents and my husband's grandparents came to the valley, they was very determined to build this land, to build this nation. So it was the way to take part in building Israel. There was no electricity, there was no infrastructure, there was nothing here. They got only 1 cow and they have to share it with the neighbors for milk and a few chickens. So today my husband Idan and his father Uri work. We have a lot of workers. We have 2 main sections in the agriculture. First we grow olives and almonds. And our cousins got one of the biggest and the modern olive oil factory in the Middle East. We produce extra virgin olive oil, high quality. The second one is crop fields. We grow tomatoes, watermelon, wheat, chickpeas, and more. Israel is at the forefront of agriculture technology and innovation. I think in Israel, more than other places in the world, agriculture is hard, okay? There is a lot of challenges, but I think we don't have any choice. I mean, this is our heart. Our heart, it's in our blood. As Trumpeter said, until the last furrow. So we still wake up for it every day, every place, even if it's in the borders or even if it's in the middle of Israel, just like here. The agriculture saves us. It's not only the food, it's our promise to stay here in the Holy Land, in the biblical valley and biblical land. And we are excited to do it every day. We're very proud what we do. We wake up in the morning and we know that we're born to do this. And our kids know that was born to do that, to cultivate the land, to work on the tractors. They appreciate it, I think, every day. Also, in this kind of area, in Jezreel Valley, is very agriculture area, but it's become more and more a unique thing because you don't see a lot of family farms in Israel. And this is a big family and lovely farm.
I will bless those who bless you, God promised Abraham. Embrace this covenant by connecting with the people of Israel. From Jerusalem's stones to Galilee's shores, experience living faith through their traditions and hospitality. Your journey is more than visiting biblical sites. It's about hearts that welcome your friendship. Your presence matters. Discover Israel.
A remnant of the swamps that used to exist here in the Jezreel Valley is the spring you see behind me, which used to feed the swamps. Now these springs feed streams that irrigate the farms here in the Jezreel Valley. And it reminds me of a biblical story that took place before there were kings of Israel, during the period of the Judges. When Gideon, a very unlikely hero, a very humble man from the tribe of Manasseh, was being attacked by the enemies of Israel, the Midianites, it seemed almost hopeless when he heard a heavenly voice. He said, "Make a call to the men of Israel and see who shows up." So Gideon blew the trumpets. The men came, over 30,000 of them. But God told him, those numbers are too many. I want the people of Israel to know that their redemption arrived by the hand of God. Gideon told the people that anyone with fear in their heart should return home. Over 20,000 of them left, only 10,000 remained. Still, God said, too many. He said, challenge the people, bring them to one of the springs and see how they drink water. Do they get on their hands and knees and drink directly from the stream? If so, they still have idolatrous ways in their hearts. Rather, those that scoop up the water and bring it to their mouth, those are men fit to do battle against the Midianites. Gideon took the 300 men, made torches that were covered by clay pots. They snuck up on the Midianites, and at the last minute, they smashed the pots. The lights lit up the entire encampment. They blew their shofars. The Midianites were in total fear. They started to turn on one another, kill one another, and the few that remained fled, and redemption was delivered to the people of Israel. I'm always amazed when I meet Israelis like Lachan from the farm, who have lived here for generations, who've worked the land with blood, sweat, and tears, who've prayed for the rains to come down to make sure that their crops would produce in order to feed the people. The Jezreel Valley today is inhabited by tens of thousands of people. Communities that were established already in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s before the State of Israel. These communities at first were kibbutzes and moshavs, communities that were built around agriculture. Without them, maybe the State of Israel isn't created. These communities today have taken farming to a new level. They have used drip irrigation. new techniques in farming that have been able to make this land bloom even further. The place oozes with inspiration. Such an incredible place to visit. From the Carmel mountain, the Muhwaka, learning about Elijah who stood against the grain in order to be with God, to raise the nation, to return them to a faithful service to God. To Megiddo, a place that civilizations wanted to build and to grow, and of course, to rule and oppress. The trade routes in this region, just to think of all of the armies that pass through this entire region, it's mind-boggling. On the eastern side of Israel, where the land meets the kingdom of Jordan, lies a region steeped in biblical history, the Jordan Valley. It was here that the Israelites, led by Joshua, crossed the Jordan River into the Promised Land. What an amazing day we've had today discovering the Carmel mountain range and the Jezreel Valley. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next time as we connect you to the people, places, and lands of the Bible.